Occupied.
Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce. As a gun guy, as an outdoorsy guy, I like flashlights. I collect them, I use them on a very regular basis, I break them on a very regular basis. So today, for 2025, I've collected the 4 most manly flashlights I have used during 2025. Note, I did not say the best, I did not say the most useful, I said the most manly. The most manly looking and manly feeling flashlight I've ever held in my life is the Arc Pro. It's from Olight. It is made out of a single chunk of aluminum. How more manly can you get? It's a column of manliness right there. This is the flashlight equivalent of going to the barber shop, getting yourself a shave and a haircut. That is the way this thing feels in your hand. Because they do take a bar of aluminum, they scoop out part of the aluminum there, they mill that out, they shove in the electronics for the flashlight, and then they put the cap on there. And this thing is waterproof. It has a great light right there. It's very easy to use. 1200 lumens, I believe, is the max brightness for the white light. And you have the UV light, which is cool, which of course there's some B-roll of that as well because we're too lit right now in here in the bunker for you to see that. And an extra little surprise is the laser, which you can have independently of the light itself. You can turn off the light, turn on the laser, and you can point out things to your friends and neighbors. The next manly light is also from Olight, and it's the Valkyrie Mini 2. All of the Valkyrie lights are quick detach tactical lights that hook onto a Picatinny rail. The Valkyrie Mini here, or the Mini 2, they had an older Mini that I used to have a long time ago, and I killed it because I'm very rough on my tools. Not only is the Mini 2 quick detach, but also quick detach adjustable. So you can take that mount completely off of the light here and mount this up to your pistol, whatever you've got that has a Picatinny rail you want to put this on, and adjust it exactly where you want it. Because it's both very adjustable and compact, it is equally at home on a Glock 17 or a Glock 43X, which that's what I'm using it on right now, is a Glock 43X. Well, actually that's a lie. I'm using it on a Glock 43X clone. And I just put it on there, just got the clone myself just a few days ago, and it's been rocking and rolling with the Valkyrie Mini 2 on it from day one. The Woburn X3 is the 3rd most manliest light I have used this year. Honestly, I've used it in the most manly ways though of all these lights, and that is to work on my F250. But it comes in, or is optional to come in, this charging case that doubles as a lantern. You can turn it on and use it as a walk-around lantern, almost like a torch, like an old school torch in a cave. Here's the actual flashlight right there. And there's 2 ways to charge it. Number 1, there's little 2 contacts right there that go into the charger, or it is wireless charging as well. So if you have a wireless pad for your phone, you can just place this light on top of it and it will charge it. The X3 has a maximum output of 700 lumens, which is pretty good. But what's really cool is that the head rotates around. So you can face it forward like this, or you can go 90-degree angle, so you can put this on your pocket and it shines forward. What's really neat is that it will operate at any point in that angle, in that turn, it is still on the entire time. So if you have, of course, it's magnetic. So if you got that light somewhere and you need the light at a 45-degree angle, there we go. 45-degree angle right in my face, now I can't see the camera. This is not the first time you've seen this light because along with the white light, it also does red. It has a 50 lumen red light, and you saw this when I was doing some nighttime shooting with the thermal optics and with the nighttime vision optic scopes I was testing out. So if you're out in the dark and you need to see something or read something on a map, you can use the red light and read what you need to read, and it won't destroy your rods and cones in your eyes, and you can still see in the dark pretty much. Your eyes will stay acclimated to the dark. And the 4th manliest flashlight is another Woburn, the Woburn T4, and mainly because it has a brass knuckle included with it. The brass knuckle part there is not actually made out of brass or even metal. It is a very hard polymer, it's a plastic, but it's as hard as, say, a Glock frame. So I have no doubt it would handle a punch, and at the very end of that, the very tip of that, is a glass breaker, and I would hate to have that hitting my jaw at full force. It would be a bad day. The main use for the knuckle there is to have the flashlight stay in your hand and still have use of that hand. So I can turn that on because it has a tell switch there. It's the only switch it's got on there is the tell switch. So you can turn it on, you can use the flashlight as you need and grab other things with the hand that is holding the flashlight. Along with these 4 flashlights, I do have a wild card, and that is the old Vietnam era Fulton light. There were several iterations of this. This is the Vietnam era version of this light. That's all plastic, and it really sucks. It's the worst flashlight. When I was a little Boy Scout, I used to want one of these so bad. I never could afford to get one. And now I'm an adult with adult money, so I got one. You can barely see that on camera, can't you? That's the best this light can do. That's 2 D-cell batteries in there and an incandescent light. Vietnam era technology, today's technology. It's pretty ridiculous. When it comes to manliness, the old Fulton here does take the cake. It's got all the filters in it. It kept filters down here in the base. So if you want a red filter, there you go. If you want to just barely read a map, you can put this filter on there and you can just barely see the hint of light coming out here. It's almost an imagination of light versus real light coming out, but you can use it to barely read a map and not disclose your location to the enemy. This thing is really a god-awful flashlight. I don't know how GIs used it back in the day, because that is, I mean, you can use it as a signal light, but it pales in comparison to even the old mag lights of yesterday that were also incandescent. This thing is still horrible compared to those old lights, and those old lights are horrible compared to the lights we have today. So while the technology and the brightness levels of these lights have increased exponentially over the years, the manliness and the usefulness of a good light will always be there. Man, even though it sucks, this is still a cool light. If you'd like to get one of your own manly flashlights, I will have links down below in the very first comment, like in all of my other videos, and there will be some discount codes there, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look for some discount codes and see if I can get you some discounts on some of these flashlights. As always, you guys have a great day. See ya!